On your feet! Get them going!
Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, whatever the case may be. Welcome to Cross Examinations Live. I'm your host, Mike Isabella, and I'm sorry that I'm late. But before the show, I was notified by a follower that I am being targeted for cancellation on YouTube by one Liam Gray. There's... You know, should I show the video? I mean, it's kind of stupid, but I'm going to show the video. I'm going to show the video just so that YouTube has this on record. That should I get community strikes on my channels, it's because Liam Gray, who has done this before, I don't even want to be part of this stupid gay drama, but he has done this before. He has struck my channel before without cause and gotten my channel suspended for, it was like 2 weeks, and it was right at the beginning of one of my campaigns. Oh, where am I? D videos. So I would never intend to start this show, this Bible study with drama. But unfortunately, 'twould seem a necessity. How'd he get me struck? Last time?
Oh, you say that now.
great.
You see
Hold on,
now that he's
hold on.
joined the chat.
Here, let's bring Liam into. Is he in? Before Liam even gets.
I've been busy, so I understand.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is that a fair assessment?
Yep,
I
he
think?
did.
Yeah.
Yes.
Here we go.
I am Liam Gray. Edwin Boyette. If you do not release the strike on Katie's channel, and if you continue to do this, I will spend the next week watching Mike Miller's videos. I will issue strikes across all of his platforms and all of his channels for all of the time that he committed harassment and bullying against this little koala guy, and I will remove Mike S. Miller from the internet.
Oh
If
no.
this continues, this
Oh.
is how things will be done.
Damn.
That's all.
Sounds good.
Okay, so now it's on record. Also, that's absolute projection. I've never Liam's version of, gosh, I hate to do this, but he just accused me of harassing him as well. So he's, by the way, he's a pathological liar. So just take everything he says like that. He lied to me in a personal stream about something that he claimed he had worked on when I was trying to be very, very supportive of him, and I was trying to encourage him, and for some pathological liar reason, he told me that he was the author of a book that Scholastic published called Slimed. And I was super stoked for him. I was like, wow, man, dude, you're way ahead of all of us. You're in Slimed, you're in bookstores, blah, blah, blah. He's, oh. And then I found out that wasn't him. He was lying about that. Liam Gray is the pen name of a author that does a lot of SJW gay stuff, gay like kids books. It's bizarre, but he uses the name Liam Gray as a pen name, and I don't know why, but Liam was claiming that he had written that. So again, this is just to say that I was not harassing him. I went and I just asked him, why'd you lie to me? Why'd you lie to me about Slimed? And as soon as I said, why'd you lie to me about Slimed? You didn't write that book. He totally flipped the script on me. And he went insane and started calling me a bad Christian and calling me all stuff. I don't want to get into all this, just to say that I wasn't harassing him. First of all, pathological liar. And second of all, YouTube, if somebody named Liam Gray strikes my channels, now you have, this is preemptive. What did he do before to strike my channel? So before, and again, this is another time we were on perfectly good terms. I don't understand. He lashes out everywhere. Someone else, I don't even remember who it was. Oh, freaking maybe Wiggle Wiggle or something. Came on my channel with I think it was like an upside down. It was a fake Liam Gray head, and he was like doing a really bad Liam Gray impersonation, just mocking Liam. So Liam struck my channel because one of my guests came on and made fun of him, and he struck it for copyright infringement. And YouTube, when YouTube gets a community strike, I don't think they vet these strikes at all. Like, I could go strike Tim Pool's channel with a community strike, and I don't think, well, I don't know, maybe Tim Pool's too big for them to do it, but I think it just like goes into a little algorithm, and it's like, bink, oh, a community strike, take that channel down and give them a warning for 2 weeks. And again, that was right at the beginning of one of my campaigns. Oh, that coffee is terrible. Ugh. Stumptown cold brew with oat milk. Do not recommend. Ugh. That's the only coffee I have. No, they do not vet the strikes. Yeah. So I just went and posted on YouTube. I posted that video showing that Liam is a terms of service violator. I tagged YouTube, Team YouTube, YouTube creators, and I said this is not the first time. He has struck multiple channels abusing the terms of service system. You might want to consider not letting him have access to your platform. So he wants to cancel me. I'm just going to go ahead and let Team YouTube know that he is a serial TOS violator in the worst possible way, in the way of trying to cancel other people's channels, not in the way of like, oh, I said a bad thing I shouldn't say on YouTube or something like that, right? It's actually trying to damage other people's livings. He is well, you know what? I'll let you decide. And the funny thing is, he used to be part of this fellowship. Way back in the day, Liam would be on every episode of Cross Examinations. He was here. And that's why I was like, I mean, I was at a heart for him, and I wanted to help him. And that's like, but he freaking lied to me. And then as soon as I called him out on lying for me, suddenly I became Satan. Because I confronted a guy who was lying to me for lying to me. Thus, I am evil. From the fruit. Yeah, he said I was a fake Christian. I was a fraud. I was a bad father. All this bizarre stuff. So that's why I'm late. Suffice it to say. Yeah, the system is broken. It's honestly surprising this type of stuff doesn't happen more often. Yes, this coffee is terrible. I don't have any other coffee. I think I'm going to go dump that out and get some water or something. I got to get this out of my mouth. I guess I better remove my comment so they don't hold Mike responsible. Mike, thoughts on CG doxing Yellow Flash? Did they actually dox him? I mean, I don't want to turn this into into Drama Town, and I'm trying to. That's the thing. I'm doing my best to stay out of anything CG related. That was like, I'm wasting so much time just enjoying the meltdown, but it's not good for me, and it's not beneficial. And whatever is not good, not beneficial, I want to excise from my life. Liam bringing this up, they're trying to drag me, but why? I have nothing to do. I haven't said peep or boo about these guys on any stream in living memory. I can't even remember. Why do they want to continue to drag me into their garbage? What is wrong with these people? What a pen is. Well, this is what a pen is, Tina. I know you accidentally left the space out between pen and is, but this is what a pen is. It is a writing utensil invented a long, long time ago, and it is for delivering information from a brain to paper and to another person. That is what a pen is. Liam certainly knows what a pen is. Because they are jealous. They're not. It's just so juvenile. It is just so juvenile. Ah, Amy, there you go. Paper, pen, squirrel. Thank you, Mike. I was not sure about the pens. Separate yourself, Mike. I've been, but I need a forewarning to YouTube. So, like, if they do get a strike, this is on record. You have a serial abuser, and that's the thing. When they go, if they want to go back and look at my previous strike, it's from the same guy, and it's for bullcrap. So then, if they like come back to me and they're like, well, who else has he struck? He struck John De La Rose. He struck. Who else did he strike? I don't know. I know the guys with the receipts. They'll have all the receipts. So if YouTube comes to me and says, "Oh, they've been abusing our terms," he's been abusing our TOS. We'll need some evidence of him doing that. I'll just go to the guys with the receipts. They'll provide. I'll send to YouTube, and maybe they'll say, "You know what? Maybe this guy should not have access to our system." Yeah, Mike, why are you asking liars why they're lying? So not Christian. I know, right? So very not Christian. Captain Crunch Crimes. That is hard to say. Captain Crunch Crimes. They're cannibalizing themselves. All right, sorry for the drama. It is what it is. I do want to know, but of course, obviously, James, no, doxing. There used to be a code by which we were supposed to live, and doxing people was against that code. By we, well, I guess I don't fit into the we anymore, but no, doxing bad. Flash has been on the scene longer than anybody besides like Edwin and hell, he was here before your boy Zach, wasn't he? So, and he's been like Tug. He's been well, Tug got doxed, didn't he? Way back. Anyways, serial abuse is serious. Amen. I'm gonna go get rid of this disgusting stuff and get a water. So you're gonna have to have a chair stream. I don't know. Do I have any media assets? Little here. See if I can do this. I missed it. All right, I can't find any more coffee, obviously. I really want water. I'm gonna try this. It's aloe coconut. It's probably gonna be a little too sweet. It's probably gonna be a little too sweet. I just have my Rolex sitting here. I should probably put it back in the box. Wait a second. Did somebody already open this? That's very sweet. That is very sweet. It's got chunks of coconut in it. I know there's a thrilling Bible study. I know. I'm perfectly aware. Boy, what was some of the questions I couldn't get to yesterday? Or should we just get to James? That might be super weird. I know. I'm gonna let it chill for a little bit before I test it. I'm gonna let it chill. Aloe coconut, both mild laxatives. It should get you moving. All right. Let's see. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and read James. Let's get to the bottom here. James 6. Oh, by the way, can you all keep Elliot in your prayers? Elliot went to the hospital last night. He was having some pains and issues and stuff that he thought might be a heart attack, but he got there and no, it's not a heart attack. Something else. I don't know if it's a panic attack or something to do with this diabetes. But yes, please keep Elliot in your prayers, and hopefully it's just something. Hopefully it's just a glitch in the matrix and not something long-term problematic. If you would, thank you. Put it on the list. Put him on your list and get him prayed up. For those of you who don't know, Elliot's probably one of my best friends in the world right now. Serial abuse skin. It could be indigestion. Well, his I think his ankles are swollen or something like that too. So I don't remember all of the Grammy details. But yeah. I just had that too. Could be his diabetic medicine reacting with each other. That's not happening to me. Well, there you go. See, I told him to go carnivore a year ago, and had he listened to me, this would not be happening to him right now. Judas is my best friend. Hey, Jude, don't stab my back. You've been round here. You know I'm. Anyways, Zeta, what? What's the question mark? What's the question? Did I miss something about Elliot? Yeah, Elliot went to the hospital last night. I haven't had a chance to call him today, because honestly, I got up 10 minutes before I was supposed to do this. I don't know why. I went to bed so early last night, and I was in bed for almost 12 hours. I don't know what, I was just freaking beat or exhausted or what, but I was in bed for almost 12 hours. And now I have a headache. Maybe it's from oversleeping. Maybe it's from, I don't know. I don't know. I had a minor 1-2 yesterday. That's top of the morning to you, Mike. Depends on when you catch it, Mike. I changed my diet and all that stuff, but it still didn't bring my A1C down below 12, so I had to get medication. Really didn't want to. But I caught it way too late. The Harvard study they did on carnivore. So yeah, you might be an outlier, but like 98% of the people who had diabetes cleared it up on carnivore diet. So there's that 2% you might be part of. So Hopefully everything will turn out all right and it won't cost like a house. I know, right? I've had a minor headache. Oh, headache off and on for a couple days now. I think maybe from the pollen. Been working on the yard a lot. Yeah, you got to go with what is different about my circumstance. And that's a good one. That's a good one. All right, let's see. James 5. No, I don't want James 5. I want James 6. I want James 6. What the heck? Why didn't it do James 6? James 6, please. James 6, please. Look at that. I have to say please to an AI, to a robot. Yeah, it's a bummer. I'm just above 7 now, so hopefully that can stop having to take it. What did you do? Did you go strict carnivore? Because I understand that like resets your whole. Oh, this is my first sip. Hold on. It reset, and this is not obviously carnivore. There's a lot of sugar in it, so this might give me a headache by itself. Your glucose levels and your insulin production, going carnivore like resets that in your body. If you go truly like pure carnivore, again, could be an outlier. I don't know. Wow, that's sweet. Tasty, but sweet. Oh, there's no James 6. There's no James 6. I need to change the name of this video. All right, we'll just get rid of the Bible today. Schedule for later. What? Save change. Just save changes, dummy. Oh, brother. Okay. I don't think I can change one. It's a weird texture. All right, I'm gonna stop the screen here. Water it down some. No. Not carnivore per se, but cut out basically all carbs. So I had to give up my precious milk. But that's the thing. You can have. How did you have carbs? Carbs and milk? Oh, you never heard of that. Oh, 12 grams of carbs. That's funny because you can have milk on carnivore diet. It's not a keto diet. You can have milk, cheese, eggs. You can have dairy, just no milk. I mean, I use honey for a sweetener, generally speaking. So this is like, this is really off the beaten diet. But I'm not in carnivore to lose weight and to be anti-carb or anything like that. So sugar in milk sounds even better. Amy, you're not helping. Okay, can anybody remember what it was yesterday? There was a bunch of comments. I know, gosh, this has been nothing but a this has been a disaster of a show so far. Thank you for being here. I think maybe it's because I don't have any good coffee. Look at my face. This is my Mike doesn't have good coffee face. Mike needs coffee. Down 50 pounds, too. So that's also good. Oh, heck yeah. How long have you been doing it? I dropped 20 pounds in like almost no time when I went carnivore. I'm back up like 10 pounds because I cheat. But yeah, I lost like 4 notches on my belt. Aloe is not coffee. This is accurate. I know I should probably try to get used to putting honey in my coffee, but I love sugar and cream in my coffee. Just way too much. All that jerky. Yeah, and it's teriyaki jerky, so it's got sugar in it too. Honey versus sugar. Did you try allulose? I haven't even tried it yet because I just don't care that much about sugar. But allulose is that it's what was it? It's like 10% of the carbs and like 75% of the sweetness, something like that. And it's a naturally derived sugar. We've talked about this before. You could replace regular sugar with allulose sugar, which is a natural sugar. It's not some chemical they made up in a lab and reverse osmosis sweetness and turned it into something that tastes like a chemical, but it's sweet. I'm trying it, Mike. It's not terrible. What's it? Does it just taste like agave? I like agave. I actually like agave. Yep, I use that all the time now. Agave or allulose? Honey in coffee sounds kind of off. I think I saw that it was in Publix. Oh, really? I gotta order a bag. That's what I gotta do. I'm gonna order a bag just to try it, and then if my daughter wants to make cookies or something, she can use that and make low. Oh, you got some allulose? How is it? It's not terrible. How does it taste? No idea how to spell it. It's not bad. I mean, does it have a weird off-putting? Does it taste not just like sugar, sweet? I know pure cane sugar is the most delightful taste to have in your mouth. I know, I get it. But the agave turns out to be more fattening than sugar per the nutrition stats. Well, you can always use stevia. When I make like lately, and I didn't do it today yet, but I make Dr. Berg has this thing. He's you guys know Dr. Berg probably. No real aftertaste. Okay, no real after. Oh, good. I'll try it. Yeah, stevia tastes a little bit weird, but it's still good. So, but you could just put like a few drops of stevia extract into a drink. So I make this. I get a half a lemon, squeeze the whole thing. I melt some pinch of sea salt for the trace minerals and the electrolytes into the lemon I mix it in hot water first. Then I put in lemon, a few drops of stevia, and then fill it the rest with water. You know what it tastes like? Gatorade. And it's really good for you if you drink it like every day. You're supposed to drink this stuff every day for a month. Actually, he says put a whole lemon in it, but I've just been doing half a lemon like twice a day. So, what about Colombian sugar? Well, it'll get your day going. I think that means that Peter. Wait, what's Jake Green asking? Peter was the first apostle. I don't see a Jake Green. Oh, there we go. Jake Green, 1 Corinthians 15:8. Paul states Jesus first appeared to Peter, then the 12. Yet Jesus' first appearance was to Mary Magdalene, Mark, John, or was it two women, Matthew? 1 Corinthians 5:8. I'm sorry. All right, let's go to King James. Thank you, Jake, for the question. 1 Corinthians 15. Moreover, brethren, I declare unto you the gospel which I preached to you, which also ye have received, and wherein ye stand, by which also ye are saved, if ye keep in memory what I preached unto you, unless ye have believed in vain. For I delivered unto you first of all that which I also received, how that Christ died for our sins according to the scripture. Where is it? 15:8. That he was buried, that he rose again the third day according to the scriptures, and that he was seen of Cephas. Then of the 12. Simon Peter, Aramaic. They call him to be a disciple. Well, referring to, oddly, of the 12. That's funny. He still considers them the 12, not the 11. The 12. But that would, he's referring, he was be referring to the apostles themselves. I don't even remember him. Where are the accounts of Christ? Where is the account of Jesus seeing Peter first? Yeah, he's talking about the 12, so he'd be talking about Peter first. Obviously not Mary. She wasn't one of the 12. John 1:40. Andrew, Simon Peter's brother, was one of the two who heard what John the Baptist had said, who had followed Jesus. First thing, Andrew. No, that can't be. That's not it. No. I mean after the resurrection. I mean. Oh, wait a second. Yeah, okay, that's the kind of, I mean, after resurrection. Searching. You're all still talking about sugar. Luke 24:34. On the day of the resurrection, 2 disciples, Cleopas and another, encountered Jesus on the road to Emmaus. No. After recognizing him, they return to Jerusalem and tell the 11 apostles, who confirm that Jesus has appeared to Simon Peter, suggesting Peter saw Jesus before this moment, likely earlier in the day. Significance: this corroborates 1 Corinthians 15:15, indicating Peter's encounter with the risen Jesus preceded other appearances. Okay, so that's consistent. Yeah, he's talking about the apostles here. He's not talking about Amy. He's not talking about Mary. Or was it 2 women? You can count 1 or 2 women. 1 still is part of 2. I hate that argument of contradiction. Were there 20 people there? Yeah. Were there 100 people there? Yes. Does 20 fit into 100? Yes. If it says there were only 20 people there, and then it says there are also 100 people there, that would be a contradiction. A thing that cannot be, and that is and is not, cannot be. All right, let's scroll up. But thank you for the question. Paul didn't actually see Jesus. Is this your argument? Hold on a second. Now I'm scrolling back up. Stevia is natural. If you bring coffee up in bitterness with it, you can add a small amount of sugar. Why don't you just drink good cold brew coffee black? That's good. My issue is that I shop at Bargain Market, so they don't always have the whole selection of what I want to drink. So I will get whatever coffee is there, because paying $1.99 or $2.99 for a thing of coffee, to me, just makes more sense than spending $6 or $7 on the same thing at Albertsons. So, Tina, Nora, Paul, he didn't actually see Jesus. All right. Wait, what was Tina's? Peter was the first apostle, not the very first person. No, that is what it means. Tina Peter was the first apostle, not the first person. Yes, I just did. While you have that hot water, drop some lemon peel also in. Oh man, I am. What is going on? I totally could have muted for that. All right, trash. Look at my face. I look like I'm sick or something. No. Where'd he go? Let's see. Am I missing the argument? This is an order. Paul. And lastly, Paul, yet he didn't actually see Jesus. He had a personal encounter with Jesus. I don't remember. Did he see him or did he just hear him? Or did he see and hear him and only? Well, actually, it says lastly. It doesn't say lastly. After that, he was seen of James, then all of the apostles. And last of all, he was seen of me also as one born out of due time. He was seen of me. So Paul claims he saw Jesus. And this is Luke, who is writing essentially for Paul, right? So Paul went blind then. Yeah. I appreciate it, though. Mike getting a cold live. But here's the sticky wicket. That after that, he was seen of above 500 brethren at once. He held a concert, of whom the greater part remain unto the present, but some are fallen asleep. In other words, some people have died. And again, remember, this was written prior to probably 65. Oh, no, wait. This is, yeah. This has to be written prior to 65 because Paul died around 65. And this was not his last letter. So this was an earlier letter. When was the road? When what year was Paul converted? So Paul's conversion was essentially right after Jesus died. It says typically dated 33 to 35. Actually, 34 to 35 is the most commonly accepted age. So he was, yeah. So he was writing essentially for 3 decades. Somewhere in there. Wow, exactly 500. No, it doesn't say exactly 500. It says above 500. Not exactly 500. And no, it doesn't mention any of their names. It mentions the apostles. It mentions, but it, you know what he does? You know what he says, Christopher Siebert? If you don't believe me, go ask around. A bunch of these guys are still alive. Go ask around. Go find some people who saw him. It's not some mass hallucination that Christ was walking around and held a freaking concert for over 500 people at one time. By the way, this is brethren. If it's 500 brethren and there were women and children around, that could be up to like 1,500, 2,000 people at once. It could have been just like another Sermon on the Mount. It could have been the Ascension. I don't know. But it happened. And it happened to the point where Paul's saying, if you don't believe me, go ask around. Go ask the people that were there. I'm not going to make a list of them. Okay, what was it yesterday? There was some contentious stuff yesterday. You guys remember? Jake says, it's the order of appearance. Paul being last to see, but he only had a vision. What's a vision, Jake? What do you use for vision. They're right here. I'm pointing at them. What do you use to see? Also, you're saying it's a vision as in a projection from your mind, but that's not what he saw. He saw a what's the word? I mean, maybe it was a vision, but it wasn't his imagination is kind of my point. So he did see. The fact that he saw is in your very question, is in your claim. Didn't I see you at Jesus' resurrection concert? Paul putting himself among those actually seeing Jesus is not true. That's your contention. My father-in-law saw Jesus. Just because he can project himself as a vision. He can project himself. He could come back in bodily form and sit down and watch a movie with you. You don't know. It's God. He's God. He's literally God. You limiting what he can do is ridiculous. So claiming it's not true is also this is such a weird hill to die on. So very strange. About whether Christ was king or not, Mike. Oh, that one I answered. It's right at the beginning of the entire gospel story. It's who was the Magi came to see he who was born King of the Jews. He was born King of the Jews. End of argument. He was born King of the Jews. He was King of the Jews from the first breath. Actually, he was King of the Jews from before time, but that's not necessary to the argument. I mean, I'm still not convinced by your argument for free will regarding God's omniscience. That was yesterday. Well, I mean, look, lots of Christians aren't convinced by my argument for free will. I don't understand how you could claim God wants you to choose and then claim that you don't have the free will to choose. The choice requires free will. Right? I mean, you can't really have one without the other. Otherwise, you're just saying programming. Complete your program is not the same thing as make a choice. Right? And just because God knows what you're going to do doesn't take away your responsibility for what you actually do. King Bob says, I'm not sure we can ever really understand that, but I know what you mean. That's one of the toughest ones, I think. I think they referred to it as scales on his eyes for a few days. The scales came off and he could see again. Yeah. Doesn't know eyes were closed, so isn't seeing like the others. It doesn't matter. He saw him. He saw him. From his perspective, he saw him. From his words, he saw him. You saying, whatever you mean by saw isn't what I think you should mean by saw. What's your argument? It's Paul saying he saw him. Whatever he means by that is what he means by that. You wanting to say, no, you should mean something else when you say you saw him. This is possibly the third dumbest argument I've ever heard. Why are you dying on this hill? Because Paul says he saw him. Paul thinks he saw him. Whatever his definition of saw is the definition he's using because he's the one using it. But you want to force some arbitrary, personal Jake Green definition of what he saw onto what Paul is saying. Paul's the one saying it. You can't go to someone and say, look what you said. You don't mean what you said. Do you understand how dumb this argument is? I'm bewildered. Bewitched, bothered, and bewildered. Reconstruction Stone. Very original. You like that? Paul only... You're like a dog with a bone. Paul only saw a light that blinded him, and his eyes were closed. He didn't see anyone physical. All of your arguments are about what Paul said he saw. These guys are so terrified of Justin Funicon. I'm not terrified of Justin. No, I think it's just funny because it's like cheese on a string to you guys. You just freaking run in here. I just title it Reconstruction Zone. You guys just run in here and give me all of these freaking horrible arguments. But it does, though. If I program a robot to kill someone, let me ask you, are these dumb arguments coming from Justin? Is that where these stupid arguments are coming from? But he says it with such authority, you're convinced that he's got to be right. I'm not going to use my own brain. I'm going to use Justin's brain. This is why I've gotten so many freaking stupid arguments recently, because you guys you let Justin think for you. It does, though. If I program a robot to kill someone, we had this discussion yesterday. You're not programming it to do a thing, right? You're programming it. Its program has the will to make its own choices. If you're programming it only to follow a certain program, then you're right. But it's not the same. And you're trying to correlate, again, something that we know a thing. God knows everything. That's probably poorly worded. If we're programming a thing and the program is designed to only do the certain things, right? We set limitations on it because we can't program a thing to have free choice. But that's us and the limitations of programming. If we program an AI to disregard and make choices on, I don't know how you would do that. But again, AI is not as smart as we are. AI doesn't have the free choice. And again, it's like, we did this yesterday with the whole movie paradigm. I thought you didn't think the movie metaphor was good? Right? And again, look, man, Buddy Rabbit's in here. Well, he's not here right now, but he's a Calvinist. Lots of Calvinists think just like you do. I don't. I think Calvinists are wrong. But it's not really a salvific issue. Prodigal Southerner, Reconstruction Zone is adorable and a good example of the intellectual rigor of apologists. Well, thank you. I am here for you, Prodigal. Then you disagree with the text. His eyes were open later. Dog bone. Let it go, Jake. This has been completely destroyed. You cannot argue that Paul doesn't mean what Paul means. Did you get that argument from Justin? And he berated someone with it. And so now, because he's a dog with a bone too, you think that he was right because he spoke over somebody else who didn't have the freaking brain power to see how stupid of an argument it was? Mike, are Paul and Saul the same person? Yes. Paul had a seesaw? Welcome, Hopsquatch. Doesn't that prove a free will, though? I'm confused at what you're trying to say. Are you saying that God is responsible for our choices? See, that I think, honestly, that's how Calvinism reads to me. And I know, Buddy would probably come in here. Lowe's, you're not understanding. Why don't you understand what I'm saying? Why do I have to come on? That's just how it reads to me. And Saul arose from the earth, and when his eyes were opened, he saw no man. But they led him by the hand and brought him to Damascus. Funicon, what arguments? I don't remember what you're talking about. That says Saul, not Paul. Saul is Paul. Saul wasn't turned into Paul until after his encounter with Christ. Danger Mouse. The dumb arguments are coming from you, my man. Jesus was a liar and a fraud. Wow, that's a great argument, Danger Mouse. You got me there. Which Redditor is Justin again? Justin is their idol. Yeah, Justin is he's a smart guy. I'd give him that. He's smart. He is well versed. He has a great memory. But he's disingenuous. And I don't like that about someone. Better than letting an ancient book think for me. But the whole, see, you just admitted you let Justin think for you. You just admitted it. Justin, send better people, because clearly you're not sending your best. The whole point of deconstruction is to get you to think for yourself. No, it's not. It's getting you to think like Justin. Something Christians are completely incapable of doing. You'll find that to be completely erroneous. Yes, Paul and Saul are the same person. Tina. If you think they're two different people, you don't know the basics of the Bible. Paul and Saul are the same people, yes. Now replace me with God in the analogy and the robot with a human. You can't, because you and I and everything we do exists in time-space, space-time. We live linear lives going one direction through space-time. God is outside of space-time, so you cannot comprehend how he views and interacts within space-time. That's where all the analogies and all the understanding, all the theories and everything falls apart, is simply because God from eternity is trying to explain things to the linear. And the linear, we just don't have the capacity to comprehend the eternal. Will we when we are resurrected? I don't even know if we will then, because we'll still be in space-time. So, I mean, that's where your argument falls apart. That's where the Calvinist argument falls apart. That's where it's just you're so stuck on on our experiences and trying to translate our experience to the eternal, that you're not realizing that what God is doing is trying to get an eternal message to us in linear form. It's like the triangle and the circle thing, right? It's like the Trinity. The four-dimensional being cannot comprehend the fifth dimension or the sixth dimension or the 10th dimension or the 11th dimension. We can't. We can apprehend it only through mathematics, string theory, that kind of thing. We cannot comprehend it. And all of that is within the creation. All of the dimensions are within space-time. But not even those are comprehensible to us. Now move beyond that into the eternal, and you see how far away from comprehension we are, that simple analogies like this just don't hold water. Jake will troll and troll until you ban him. That's how. I'm not going to ban anybody unless they become really just belligerent. Like somebody just said they were just going to come in here and talk smack every day until I ban them. And so I'm like, Okay, bye. I don't mind trolls though. I'm a troll. I wish I could explain this better. The 500 character cap makes it hard. My apologies. No, I get it, buddy. I get it. And look, you'll find Calvinists that agree with you, but I think that's the lack of understanding that entire worldview. I just let Mike do my Bible argument. Jake, not my problem. The host denies the text. The people with Paul saw no man, nor did Paul. He experienced a light that blinded him and heard a voice. He saw no physical person. Now you're adding physical person, right? Last I saw Jesus. What does Paul mean by I saw Jesus? Did he see a vision of Jesus? Did he see something no one else could see, but Jesus was still there, but everybody else was blind from seeing it? Did he see something? He's the one saying he saw Jesus. So whatever that means to him is what he is expressing when he says he saw Jesus. I don't get why you're holding on to this like it's some sort of freaking gotcha. You got this from Justin, didn't you? Tell me, Jake, just point blank. Did you get this from Justin? And are you trying to make an argument from Justin? Without lies, Islam dies. Yes, Justin is very disingenuous. He only has a script memorized. He's terrible in philosophy. Luckily, people are so dumb and they enjoy bullying people. He's so popular. What? I don't know. I don't know. His ways are higher. Classic apologetic cliche. Is that what you got from what I just said? I mean, that is a very simplified version of it. I just explained to you the difference between eternity, the multidimensional reality of our space-time universe, and our inability to think beyond the linear. I explained this in a way that is very, very quote unquote scientific and comprehensible or apprehensible. And you just, and yes, that's true. His ways are higher. That is a very, very simplified version of what I did. But are you saying you can understand the eternal? Are you saying you can understand the 7 unknowable dimensions that string theory posits? Are you saying you can comprehend all of that? Or are you just like, oh, he said something that apologists say? You guys are I'll stick to my quantum physics explanation. Exactly. Yeah, but obviously God's mysterious ways isn't a really convincing for an atheist, obviously. I hope you can see it as an issue for me. Well, again, it's the atheist and the Calvinist, at least if you're both holding the same position, it's not really a God issue. Because Calvinists believe in God, Calvinists believe in Christ, Calvinists believe in the Bible, but they hold the same position you do. So it's not really a atheist versus Christian thing. It's more of a predestination versus free will thing. If there is a God outside of, I guess the Calvinist God is the atheist God. I don't know how to say it. You're not having an argument against Christianity. You're having an argument against a theology I hold that other Christians don't hold. You get that right. I actually agree. Justin said philosophy is a waste of time. That's kind of embarrassing. But you don't need to be a philosopher to poke holes in the Bible. No, you just have to be better at it than whoever you're arguing against. Because I spent 30 years. Look, guys, you're new here. I came to Christianity from agnosticism. I came testing all of these things that Justin claims don't work, don't hold water. They do hold water. That's how I was converted from an agnostic to an atheist. So, and then I spent like years, like every day, on atheist forums, just asking people, what are your greatest arguments against Christianity? And like then I'd read the argument and I'd go and I'd research what the responses were. And yeah, some of the responses don't hold water. Some of the responses are just, wave, what someone would say, it's hand waving, right? Oh, pshaw. But I would ignore those because I'm a rationalist, and I would go to, if an argument didn't hold water rationally, then I would reject it. But all of those questions that Justin says, that every atheist says, it gets so repetitive because they're all the same things, and it always ends. And I did all this research 30 years ago, 25 years ago, 20 years ago. I've been doing it since the AOL message board days. And that the only way you can poke holes in the Bible against an opponent is if your opponent is not learned enough or doesn't know enough or hasn't done the research enough to know that all of these questions have rational arguments or rational defenses. God, you're still stuck on this, aren't you? You're still stuck on this. You're still stuck on this. Who said it, Jake? Your witness, the witness you're calling, is telling you what he saw. And you don't want to believe him. But you're the one calling him. You're the prosecution. You're calling Saul to the stand. You called Saul to the stand and you said, what did you see? And he tells you what you saw. And then you're the prosecution saying, that's not what you saw. Do you not see what a dumb argument this is? You are such a dog with a bone. It is hilarious. I gotta give up. I gotta give up trying to get you to see this because you're clearly belligerent. You are the definition of belligerent and closed-minded. So funny. All right. If you want to carry this on, it's over an hour, so I got to get going. If you want to carry on, oh yeah, we have drawing core tonight, huh? Jump on over to the Discord. Somebody drop the link to the Discord to these guys, and let's you can do it over there. But I gotta go. Thank y'all for being here. Liam, if you strike me down, I shall become more powerful than you could possibly imagine. Thanks again. Thank you, Holy Ketchup. God bless y'all. We'll see you on the next exciting episode of Cross Examinations, the Reconstruction Zone.